The Donkey Kong franchise is quite a weird one. As one of Nintendo's most popular series of games, it too saw a plethora of random spin-offs that got released from time to time. With Rareware sadly out of the picture after Microsoft said bye-bye, Nintendo stepped in to license the series out and make some amazing games like DK King of Swing and Barrel Blast. I'm not gonna throw shade at you if you actually like these, but they do kinda suck though. If we head all the way back to the greatest point in time, yes, I'm talking about the early 2000s, Donkey Kong was getting its fair share of the spotlight. Mario gets so many amazing games, so what does our ape friend get? Well, I mean, if you're into it, you get a bunch of rhythm games with some mediocre covers of actual songs. Yeah, Donkey Kong sorta went through this weird phase on the GameCube. All of the games here focused on utilizing Nintendo's amazing new controller, the DK Bongos. It might be trademarked, but I don't have the box, so I can't really check. This might be one of the greatest controllers to ever be conceived. This thing was crafted by the gods. Who needs a stress ball when I have a
nice pair of bongos? Ew.
It's so good, you can practically beat any game with it. That is, if you're up to the task. There's one game though. One game on this very cube-shaped system that used these controllers to its absolute limits. Limits as big as it can be shown with a massive asterisk on it. Yeah, it's Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. This game did get a re-release on the Wii under the New Play Control series, but for the purposes of this video, I'll mainly be sticking to the original as God intended. The question that's been plaguing everyone's mind is why this game was the very first E10 Plus game. The ESRB thinks Donkey Kong will teach you to steal televisions or something. I only do this as a hobby. Leave him out of this. The game opens up with a little ceremony. Yep, it's over. There's no plot here, at least in the original. From all the interesting lore obtained by the game telling me, that and also going on the Mario Wiki just to find out what the story is. Basically, the cliff notes of it says that Donkey Kong has to save the universe from this evil mastermind and rise up to become a king. He wants to become one so badly, he'll just valiantly beat up everything in his path. Oh yeah, we also get introduced to how this game controls. The game doesn't actually control that bad. Remember, we use the glorious bongos. Donkey Kong's moveset is actually quite versatile. He has the standard platformer moves that are incorporated by hitting one side of the bongos. Depending on the action you're trying to do, you'll make him run, jump, wall jump, swim in specific directions, and the clapping mechanic. I want to step back for a moment and go into a bit of depth about this hilariously stupid mechanic in a platformer. Donkey Kong has the ability to chain combos by doing several aerial moves without touching the ground. Ground pounds, vine jumps, monkeys. If you collect bananas while this combo is active, you'll gain an absolute fuck ton. The best way to collect these bananas is by doing this little thing called clapping. If you clap several times in a group of bananas, DK will just collect them all in a radius. The world's worst way to collect items. The clapping is also used for stunning enemies, but we don't talk about that. I'm telling you right now, do not play this game for more than 1, maybe 2 hours with the bongos. It's not like it even matters. I was playing for 10 minutes and it began to hurt. You need to collect so many bananas in this game that you will almost always be constantly clapping. I swear to God, I slammed these so hard, I felt like I was gonna break them. I'm in so much pain after playing this game. I needed to endure it just so I could never play this version again. I love the way the game plays overall though. The fact it uses a random, basically one-off controller if we don't count Donkey Konga is one of the best parts about it, but it just hurts way too much. But you might be asking, Seth, why don't you just use a basic controller? First of all, I had to look in the manual to find out you could actually do that. They strongly recommend you use the bongos, but you don't actually have to. Second of all, where's the fun in playing the game if I'm not using the weird gimmick accessory they based the entire thing around? Third of all, you don't even need the clap if you don't want to. If you tap the little gray lines on the side of the barrel, it'll activate the little microphone the same way. I'll say the same thing again. Where's the fun in that? I think it should have told you this somewhere in-game, but it always gives the manual some very needed love. Ah, manuals, my one true love. This might simultaneously be the worst and best way to play the game. Using the bongos is half the fun. It's too bad that literally days later as I'm writing this, my hands are still in so much pain. I think it'd be funny if I broke something in my hand, but surely something like that wouldn't happen, right? After taking a few Advil, the pain goes away for a bit, letting me remember what life was like before becoming Donkey Kong's Smash Bros. Brawl Final Smash. If I were to disregard literally everything about this game causing me pain, I'd say it controls well overall. It's nothing too groundbreaking. Donkey Kong doesn't even get any new abilities. He's just kinda angry the entire time despite not showing it on his face. Look at that man. This is the face of a sociopath. The levels in this game are set up in a very easy and intuitive way. You have 4 worlds, or kingdoms, or 4 different kinds of fruit per area. This is just a thing of bananas, but you get the point. You complete them, rinse and repeat 4 times, and you're done. Bing bada boom, roll the credits. Each kingdom has 3 individual levels within them, 2 platforming stages, and a boss fight. I've got a few things to say about the bosses in this game, but I'll get to that in a little bit. I really like how the whole system here works. The first 2 stages are solely focused on earning as many bananas as humanly possible. These bananas are then used as your health bar or beat energy for the boss fights in the 3rd stage. After beating said stage, you'll earn different collectibles or crests, depending on how many bananas you have in the end. Bronze for any number, 400 for silver, 800 for gold, and 1200 for platinum. Donkey Kong, you might solve world hunger with the amount of bananas you have. These crests are then used like power stars in 3D Mario. They allow you to access more of the game. I didn't know I needed the oddest of numbers just to complete the game, so I had to go back and replay most of the levels. Even platinumed one in the process. Ooh, good for me. I'm so good at this game. The levels themselves aren't the most memorable thing in the world. A lot of these are just grasslands or snow levels. Some even take place underground. It's just like Mario! The only regular levels that stand out are the ones that take place in the sky. No idea how Donkey Kong even got here. He sure is determined to rule the world. Do you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain? If we're talking about this guy, I don't think it's possible. He has like maybe 2 brain cells within that absolutely massive head of his. Did you know monkeys can breathe in space? Why haven't we evolved to that yet? Sorry, DK. I wasn't familiar with your game. The coolest levels are definitely the ones with the gimmicks added to them. The bird races or the ninja monkeys. Deep sea sprint can kiss my ass. Swimming in this game is absolutely terrible. Trying to win the race here is more stressful than it needs to be. The ones where you ride on this guy Hoofer, Roomba, are some of the most tiring stages in the entire game. In order to speed up, you must mash super fast. I don't have the stamina to keep up with this game, man. At the end, sometimes you'll have to jump over many platforms or just mash faster than you've ever mashed before just to fill the easiest jump of your life. My favorite level out of everything this game offers is probably Cloudy Heights. This one level was one I spent way too much time on because of how much fun it was. Trying to maintain a combo the entire level was the best part. Of course, it pissed me off when I'd fail, so I'd be forced to restart. Since I talked about my favorite level, how about the worst one? One thing this game is absolutely terrible at is fire damage. You don't lose control because you're on fire. You don't just die. The game forces you to stand in place and take it every single time you get hit by something flammable. The level Banshee Swamp is by far a contender for the worst level in the entire game. So many of these flying balls of fire everywhere, and the jankiness that is the jumping will lead to you getting hit way more times than you would expect. Alright, enough about the levels. Let's talk about the boss battles. I was pleasantly surprised when I found out this game had a few less than 1,000,000 bosses. I don't know, 20 isn't that big of a difference. It's only like 999,980. Could have been much bigger if it wanted to be. I have some heartbreaking news to share. Out of the 20 bosses in this game, there are only 4 types. Technically 5, and none of them are steel. What, you didn't like my Pokemon joke? Alright, fuck. You have the Kongs, the birds, the pigs, and the elephants. Each time you fight them though, the arenas are different, and the fights are slightly more difficult. Unless you're the pig, it doesn't get any more difficult, just time consuming. The best bosses are definitely the different Kongs. Dread Kong, Karate Kong, Ninja Kong, and Sumo Kong. All of these fights are definitely the most interesting out of them all. Unlike the others which just require running around for most of it, these require you to dodge and time your attacks to properly take advantage of them during an opening. These fights require some real good slamming. The fight against the Cactus King is the 5th and final type. I'm still not exactly sure about that though. This guy is basically just another Kong, except you can attack the legs. For a final boss, this guy was really easy, and that was Donkey Kong, and it unlocks the last 4 kingdoms in the game. After beating those and earning a very even number of crests, you'll unlock the actual final boss. It's the same fucking fight again. You know, it's the weirdest thing. I don't even know if this guy is any harder or not. The game calls him the Ghastly King as it's supposed to be different when the Cactus King looks the exact same. This guy just sits there aura farming until we kill his pig. It's literally the same fight. After beating him, our boys waddle behind us before playing the same credits from before, signifying that we have officially become King of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Yeah, I'm not going for all 72 crests. I don't care. You don't get anything from it. This game already brings me a ton of pain. If that's not a waste of time, I don't know what is. And that, my friends, was in fact Donkey Kong Jungle Beat on the Nintendo GameCube. To ask the question, is this a good game? I think it has its fans. My hands sure aren't one of them. But what's here is a fantastic platformer as a base. A lot of this game is repetitive and can get very boring, but the magic of the bongos genuinely makes all of this feel incredibly special. The reused bosses, the similar level structures, so much of this game just feels like you're replaying levels over and over again. But using a stupid instrument makes it all feel new every single time. I'm sure the Wii version is an absolutely incredible way to play this game. I couldn't tell you. I'm too broke from buying these things. That game changed so much. It added extra content like more levels, moves, and even made the game more enjoyable to play with the Wii remote. But I feel like despite all of that, the magic is lost somehow. I think it's really cool that you can feel completely different about the game depending on the version you decided to play. This is a different game now. A more complete game, as one would say. You can 100% enjoy this game as a whole without using any of the gimmick peripherals, but it's the experience that matters the most. Like, what the fuck are you doing playing with a normal GameCube controller? I absolutely hate this thing as it damn near killed me, but I wouldn't ever want to play Donkey Kong Jungle Beat any other way. Clapping my hands together, absolutely destroying these things by slamming on a specific side. It's something else, man. They don't make stuff like this anymore and I genuinely miss it. This here is what I like to call peak gaming. Throughout this whole thing, I've talked about how awful this game was for my hands, and it's completely true. Of course, a lot of it was over-exaggerated, but this is the only game I've ever played where I was physically injured just by having fun. I'm not sure if it was the clapping or the constant slamming that hurt the most, but something I can definitely say is I've never had to clap so much in my entire life. I know some people do it for a living, somehow, but I think I'm just out of shape. I've never played the bongos before, so I haven't developed a callus yet. I'm definitely going to be playing the Wii version at some point. I might be able to get through that one unscathed. Well, as much fun as this game was to play, I should probably eat a banana before I keel over and die. You know what they say, a banana a day keeps the bongos away. Dear God, get rid of them, please! I'd like to thank you for watching today's video. If you liked it, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as turn on post notifications to stay up to date with everything I post. I'll see you all in my next video. Have an amazing rest of your week. Bye bye.